Okay, now we've tested it for VHF. Now we're going to test it for UHF. Now normally it's not designed for UHF radio work, but by folding over the antenna, just for the fun of it, we want to see if we can get it to work on UHF for doing fox hunting. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be close enough that if somebody keys up their radio, it's not going to burn out the radio. Okay? Now, one thing that I forgot to mention while we were going on this is the Smith chart down here at the bottom. And the Smith chart, as you see, going through 1 to 3, which it would be 1 over here and 3 over here, we're within our area that is acceptable for our ohms reading. We're between 36 and 78 ohms. Now the perfect is a 50 ohm match. So we're just a little outside of it on both ends, and towards the center we would be perfect. So it's perfectly acceptable within the ohms readings. Some people like to get a perfect 1-to-1. In the real world, that's not necessary. What you're looking at is trying to keep it below 2. So we've got below 2 on these readings. It's perfectly usable. There's no problem with it. You can use it any day of the week and it transmits perfect. Okay, now we've modified the antenna by folding it back over. So by folding it back over, we're going to try to see if it will work in the UHF range that ham radio would be using. So I'm going to change our sweep, our start and our stop on the sweep. Okay. So we're not going to worry about being perfect on that. So we're going to go from 438 point to 450. Now, I'm just going to hold this up in the air, and we're going to click on sweep and let it do its thing. And I'm a little flabbergasted. Because we've got a SWR of 1.022. I don't know if you can see that clearly, Roy. For 1 over here at 450. And it's almost flat line all the way across to 3 here. And we've got an SWR of 1.022, the same. So it's flatlined all the way across. And our ohm reading, 48.9 and 48.9. So this would be perfectly acceptable for UHF transmitting and receiving, folded over just like it is right now. So that's a complete surprise, but in theory, it works. and if you actually wanted to use it, it would work.